such a supreme moment for me. Such a supreme moment for sharing your enormous generosity. Okay, so, to be witnessed personally and virtually is one of the most sacred acts we can share with one another in our little lives. I call our lives very little, It just takes a second for it to change forever. You have my permission to laugh, because that's what my voice does. It brings a lot of joy, especially to children and to animals. And I see you all as children here. That is the blessing I have. Yeah, thank you. So, this is all for you. This is a gift in reference for your presence today on a Sunday afternoon. And I come with many other gifts too. They're specific and unique to me. So, do we all realize we hold our breath to produce audibility? See, if I don't hold, this is the tube I breathe through. This is called a tracheostomy tube. And our nose has 206 muscles. Do we know that? None of those muscles function for me. And so all the breathing is done. So whenever I'm angry and I want to honor my fury and my rage, I go hands-free. So that's how magical our bodies are, the temple we live in. So today I'm here to share with you all the two, life forces that have helped me to arrive here. Oh, okay, I just slipped something. I want to say Radhe Krishna. I have been held so beautifully by your community people. Many times in my life, they have helped me tremendously, unconditionally and abundantly. Yes, thank you so much. So, it's like God has given me an opportunity to, stand on a pedestal and thank you all for all that, such hospitality, and especially the fact I was just sharing with Chayaji where the daughter of the home is given so much of love and, she's cherished. I just love that. So, So, my life force that has helped me to come this far and so far has been my world of imagination. So, I'm here to share that, and also another force has been the feedbacks and the compliments I've received. So, blending both of them, merging both of them has made me this. So I call myself a complicated set of miracles. So, it is very funny. It just brings so much joy and, little infants just start laughing as soon as I start talking. So that is the gift. Something so horrendous as a fire, where we inhaled the most poisonous gas, carbon monoxide, has given me. Because I had absolutely no idea that was the most poisonous gas. And longest on the ventilator for 3.5 months on the ventilator, longest in the ICU. The worst impacted of this tragedy. But I had no idea about what the impacts of everything is. And so, ignorance really worked for me. So, let me share my imaginary world with you all. And, and how, God and our universe has helped me, to actually face something like this, So, I have a photographic memory of all that's happened in my life since I was a year and a half. So I remember going to see my brother who was born when I was a year and a half, and just holding my brother, I just knew that is what I wanted to be. I just didn't want to let go of him, you know. And anybody asked me as a child what you want to be, I used to say I want to be a mom. And God has helped me incredibly to have raised two magnificent human beings. I'm a very, very proud mother today. And yeah, so, when I was 4 years old, we used to live in an Air Force campus. My father is a defense personnel. And there used to be a milkman who used to come home to give us milk. And he had this buffalo coming with him. And I was instantly drawn to this innocence of this buffalo. But what I observed is, we asked for just a liter of milk. But he would give that little extra milk into our pan. And I was so inspired by that I wanted to be that little more. And he did that every day. Every single day I used to run to go and see him milking the buffalo. And just that wanting to be that little more has helped me to cope with so much. In whatever capacity I have been in my life so far. And also just that little more helped me even during critical times. When I was suffering, I was scared, I was in pain. I keep telling myself, just a little more. So that was one. So during our school days, this was in the 5th standard, we had this poem on Jhansi Ki Rani. And when I just opened that chapter, that page, I was so something shook, inside me, seeing her strength, her energy, sitting on a horse with a sword and a child behind her back. And I just loved, and the lyrics and the lines made it even more inspiring to me, where, "Ko bloody mardani, wo to Jhansi wali rani thi." My life has been that. I was so drawn to it. My life has been that of carrying my children on my back and waging many wars, and, so that's been, and thank you. And how this imagination, when you have that faith in it, when you believe in the magic in it, when we moved to a home after my hospitalization and recovery, I was walking my dog one day and I see in the corner of the street, stuck in a lush green grass, is a board saying Jhansi Rani Lane. That's what, he's just planned everything for us. It's all already planned. And I don't come from a very harmonious home. What a child needed at that time, it wasn't that. So for me it was, when I saw disharmony at home, when I witnessed something which is not in alignment to my heart, I took a vow that I wouldn't be that. And No, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm fine. And also, another thing which has helped me to come so far is my grandmother, who, we used to go and spend summer vacations with her. And, before we tuck in for the day, she would say, wash up and then come and sleep. And when we say we are done, she would double check, have you all washed well? God is watching. That got tattooed into my soul, that God is watching. So everything I do from there on became a thing for me where I'm anchored to that God is watching. So that helped me to be this person where I didn't question life's happenings. I just accepted everything, So, there was this faith that, he has a plan. And that's why. So that was one. And so now let me talk about the feedbacks that I've got. It wasn't easy, but I had a very beautiful voice. Not that it isn't beautiful now, but a very melodious voice where I used to get just jobs at a drop of just a phone call, and I would get the most prestigious jobs. I worked with the most prestigious companies, had very good positions, and earned a very good name. So I used to sing very well. I was just sharing with Chayaji, and I'm so happy to have met her. I used to sing so beautifully. I used to just sing like there's nobody watching me. So it wasn't easy for me to face the world coming out like this, after a long hospitalization and everything. But, our first program where I was called to address a fire safety workshop, that's where, I got a very good feedback from a very esteemed person where he said, Maneesha, you don't have to talk much, just your presence will do. So feedbacks like this and my imaginary world has helped me to... No, don't worry. Another time. Yeah, so okay, let me make this 2 minutes as precious as it can be. So, a lot of people ask me, how am I like this? For me, it's come down to getting one single breath. I get a one good single breath, and then everything else is a bonus. Everything else is a celebration.